welcome back to my channel. My name is Venetia Alexander Marshall, and welcome. If you're new here, hi, how are you? Don't forget, hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure to click the notification bell so every time I'm uploading a new video, you are notified. Yeah, so here's what's going on. I know it's been a minute since I have recorded. It may not look that way to y'all, but it's been a minute since I've recorded anything. So my 7 days of makeup looks, yeah, didn't go as planned because I've been sick a lot on and off. And yeah, so we're just gonna call this the best of makeup for 2024. So all the brands that you've heard about and seen and new releases and so forth that have been real popular in 2024, I'm gonna bring it for you. So that's what I have decided to do this time around. But just to give y'all a little bit of a heads up, things are getting ready to change on this channel. And let me explain why things are getting ready to change. I am going to be, after this series of best of makeup for 2024, my makeup reviews and makeup looks, you know, like detailed tutorials on how I come up with my makeup looks, will be going back on my original YouTube channel. That's right. I have talked about that channel being demonetized. I have explained why it was demonetized, which brought me to this channel. And I do know I have some new subscribers on this channel. So thank you all so much for subscribing to this channel. Videos will not stop on this channel. This channel will be changing to more of a vlog channel, since my vlogs really do get attention and it's continuing to get a lot of attention. So I thank you all for following the vlogs. Some have subscribed because of the vlogs or because of my son's basketball shorts. And again, I appreciate y'all so much who have all subscribed for my son's basketball. We're slowly getting ready to start coming to an end with his basketball season. He does have senior night coming up. I do plan on recording his senior night. I do plan on vlogging his senior night. And as the season starts coming to an end, he has track, which will be his last year in track. And then as he's doing track, his last year of AAU ball is getting ready to come up. So yeah, we have all of that going on. But this channel will be mainly for vlogs and basketball and so forth and lifestyle and this and that and the other. From time to time, I will do like makeup on this channel. I will. But for the time being, this is going to be the last of like my 7 days of makeup looks / best of makeup 2024, because the makeup is going to go back to the original channel. But as I was saying, yeah, that channel was demonetized. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. That channel is no longer demonetized. That channel is now back for eligibility for monetization again. I just have to start all over, and brands have begun to reach out to me again on that channel because I haven't posted on that channel in so long. I lost subscribers. I had over 7,000 subscribers. I'm down to 6. I can get it back to 7,000. So the makeup looks and makeup reviews will go back to that channel. I just created a new intro for that channel. I may stick with the original opening. We'll see how it goes. And I'm only doing this on a trial basis. If I don't see anything improving on that channel, then the makeup reviews will come back to this one. But we're doing this on a trial basis. As far as the second channel, when I do makeup looks over music, that won't change. I am still going to do makeup looks over music. I plan on wrapping that channel back up again. But I don't know, it just gave me kind of a kick to start up my makeup reviews on that channel again, because I do have a collaboration with a brand. I'm not going to mention the brand just yet. Eventually I will mention it on this channel, but that's going to be after everything's done. So I am working with a brand to do makeup looks on that original channel. But I had already thought about bringing my makeup reviews back to that channel anyway, and then boom, this happens. So yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. But again, with the makeup reviews and so forth on the original channel, that will be on a trial basis. That will be on a trial basis. Lifestyle vlogs and so forth will be on this channel, and then my second channel will only be for just makeup looks over music. And I think that's going to be good since all the back and forth with TikTok. And let me just say this about TikTok. Was uploading on TikTok, but not like talking about. I just couldn't get into uploading 60-second makeup looks every day. And with the schedule that I have, and I do work a full-time job, I could not commit to it. I couldn't. And I either had a good day or a bad day when I would upload on TikTok. You have to be super consistent on TikTok. I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time for it. I really just don't have the time for it. But my main platform has always been YouTube. And if not YouTube, then I post on Instagram and Facebook. But I have like fan pages on Facebook. And then I have my creator page, 2 creator pages on Instagram. That's mainly where my uploads have always been. They're going to continue to be on that. Just wasn't really into the uploading on TikTok like that. I mean, I watch TikTok to get laughs. That was mainly about it, as my son is walking around with that thing in his mouth. But anyway, we're going to get back to the makeup review. Right. Okay, so we're going to get back to the makeup reviews. Going back on the original channel. But today, best of makeup 2024. What brand am I bringing today? Well, for the first makeup look review of 2024, I should say best of featuring NYX, even though I said in that video it was my 7 days of makeup looks. The second one was going to be drugstore. It's going to be drugstore, but I had already brought this brand up here, which was not drugstore. But the next 2 will be drugstore because y'all have talked about these drugstore brands a lot. A lot. One of them just happened to be a very popular dupe, but I'm not going to bring that just yet. Right. So the brand I am going to bring for you today, best of 2024. Everything I have is Huda Beauty. Yes, Huda Beauty has been really talked about really the last couple of years. Y'all really been talking about Huda Beauty? But yeah, I think Huda really did her thing this time. So I have a lot of Huda Beauty and some new stuff I'm bringing for you guys for the first time that I have not brought on the channel. I am bringing it for you guys for the first time, and I have been testing it out. I got thoughts. So come on in. I've rambled on enough. Let's do this best of makeup 2024 featuring Huda Beauty. As always, I do have my handy dandy mirror with me. First, primer. Okay, let's talk about primer. The jelly primer that Huda came out with a few years ago, I really liked that jelly primer. I still have some of that jelly primer left. I don't have a whole lot of it, but I have some of that left. But then Huda came out with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. You either really like this primer or you really don't like this primer. So I have worn this primer a few times. I have worn it a few times. I don't see what the issue is with this primer. It is of a jelly consistency. It reminds me of that other primer that she had, that glowish primer that looks just like that. And I think this may be a reformulated version of that glowish primer, which that one, I just had it a bit too long. I had to end up tossing it because it had gotten kind of old. But when I did wear it for a little while, I liked it. And I think this is just a reformulated version of that primer. And a lot of y'all either really like this primer or you really don't like this primer. So I got a little scared about this primer. This is supposed to be a blurring primer. And I have to say, this primer is not bad. This primer is really not bad. Really not bad at all. Now, have I tried this primer with other foundations? Yes, I have. And I liked it. I really did like it. I only wore it with one other foundation, which is the foundation from Fashion Fair. That's what I wore it with Fashion Fair, and it was fine. And I only wore it with my Fashion Fair foundation because I am completely out of my Fashion Fair primer. I'm completely out. I need to get some more. But I wore this primer with Fashion Fair and it went just fine. So here it is. This is what it looks like. I'm about to put on the very, very talked about foundation, the complement to this primer, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. Okay. Y'all did not like the primer with this foundation, but y'all like the foundation with other primers. I have not tried it with other primers. I am going to try with other primers. Here are my thoughts with this foundation. Here it is. With this primer. Here are my thoughts. Y'all said that it would either separate on you, it ended up making you way too oily. Y'all really did not think that the foundation was a good complement to the primer. You really didn't. I did do a wear test on this foundation and primer together. I wore them together for 8 hours. Yeah, brought out some oils because I do have dry skin. I didn't see an issue at all. I did not see an issue. The shade I got is the same shade I am in the stick foundation, and I got the same shade I am in the original foundation that had all that perfume. And I had to end up throwing it away because it got too old, and that perfume was getting on my nerve. But the foundation stick I absolutely love. So the same shade I got, this is Chocolate Mousse. Now, some of you said Chocolate Mousse was a little too light for you. It may look a little too light for me. It did me just fine. Because I do have some lighter spots in my face. Chocolate Mousse does me just fine. I actually thought Chocolate Mousse was going to be a bit too light for me, and I would have to go down a shade. Chocolate Mousse actually worked out for me. This is what it looks like on my skin, and y'all may think, ooh, that's too light. It actually works out just fine for me. This is, I believe this is supposed to be medium buildable coverage. I believe. I'm not into super full coverage. I know how to perfect super full coverage foundations. I do know how to perfect it. I just did not have a problem with this foundation with the primer, as a lot of y'all were having. Y'all were saying y'all had a lot of problems with it. I didn't have any problems with it. And I'm just being very, very honest. I did not have any problems with it. This is what the shade looks like. And like I said, initially I got scared because I went, oh, I don't think this is gonna work. Right. That's my son's phone you hear. His alarm just went off. So this is what Chocolate Mousse looks like on me. Now I will say it does look a little bit different than what it is in the stick foundation and in the original liquid foundation. I'm glad she did take the scent out of her foundation. Thank you. And I think her updated liquid foundation before she went to this one, it did not have the scent as well. But her stick foundation I really do like. It does look a little more warmer for me this time as opposed to the stick foundation. Stick foundation looks a hair more neutral on me. Okay, I got a pat on that side, make sure it looks a little more covered. Oops. Okay, so this is what the foundation and primer together looks like on me. I didn't have a problem with the foundation and conceal and foundation and primer together. I didn't have a problem with it at all. And I have very dry skin. Because for a long time I had combination skin. I would be like oily up here, but then dry down here. But several years ago, I had lady surgery, and since I had my lady surgery, my skin is 100% dry, completely dry. But this is what it looks like, and I haven't had any problems with it. I like the combination together. I know some of y'all did not like it. Personally, I like the combination together, and I think it worked pretty well with my skin. And this skin about to be 50 years old in September, so yeah. All right, next is concealer. Who don't know about this Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer? Who don't know about this? I love this concealer. This is one of my favorite concealers. This concealer does complement the foundation and primer very, very well. I don't know what shade I have. And what shade I got, I don't know what shade that is. What that say? I don't know if it's upside down or not because I don't have my glasses on. I don't know what that say. So that's the shade I have for the concealer. This concealer is very full coverage. If you're not familiar with it. Do I have any left? I think I got some left. I just do one swipe. Just do a little contrast in here, down the nose, and I'll put some right here for highlighting. So if you're not into super full coverage, be careful with this concealer because this concealer is very full coverage. So I am going to take my sponge and I am going to blend. And I do put concealer on my eyes to act as an eyeshadow primer. I do not know why I cannot talk. So this is it. I'll do that. And I do this, and then I take this up here as reverse contour. All right, and that's what we have going on so far. I am not going to set my face just yet because I have a new blush. So everybody is talking about her new blushes, her cream blushes from Huda Beauty. The shade I have, I believe this is Watermelon Drop is what I have. I think that's what I have, Watermelon Drop. All right, I think that's the shade that I have. All right, let's talk about, okay. Let's talk about these. So I wore this for the first time a couple weeks ago. I wore this for the first time. This is all I got to say. That's all I got to say. That's really all I got to say about it is, right. I'm a little confused. Just a hair confused as to why y'all like this so much. I'm going to do, when I wore this, I had to literally, like, pile this on. So that's what I'm going to do with this today. I'm going to pile it on. Because I really had to pile it on. Now, it does smell good. It's got, like, this sweet scent to it. Now, it does smell good. But, I don't know. I'm going to take my my brush from e.l.f., my e.l.f. brush. I'm going to pat it in. Okay, so that's probably what I need to do is just build it up. And it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. See, it's like it's disappearing. Okay. I'm going to take it up here. Okay, so it built it up pretty well here. I'm taking it almost like I'm doing a contour. I'm taking it here. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit more. I'm not really much of a fan. I'm going to build it up on this side a little bit more. I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of it. Y'all like these things. Let me see. Okay, so I got it built up. You really have to build this sucker up. you're having to build this up and it looks like it's fading. Or you may have to put like a powder foundation with it. I would say with this cream blush, definitely you can't wear it by itself. I would say if you really want to build the color up with this, you're going to need a powder blush on top of it. I don't have that kind of time today to do that, but that's what I would suggest. I'm just not really getting the hype around this blush. But I'll play with it a little bit more. I'll play with it a little bit more. This is more likely going in my maybe stack so I can try it from my other channel, because it's like I'm not getting the hype with the blush. I don't see what y'all see in it, but this has really been going around a lot late 2024 and into now in 2025. Y'all have really been talking about these. I'm just not getting the hype around the cream blush. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I do set my face twice. This is going to be a forever staple, the Huda Beauty setting powder. The shade I have is Kunufa. I got to get another one. This setting powder is my travel setting powder. I go everywhere with this setting powder. Probably when we travel again for Kendrick's AAU basketball this year. Oh, your ride's here, Kendrick. Right. Okay, anyway, if I was disturbed, this setting powder, this is my travel setting powder. This is the setting powder I know I'm going to be traveling with when my son does AAU ball again this year. I go everywhere with this setting powder. I know she got that pink powder. Y'all been talking about that pink powder. I might get that pink powder. You know what? I ain't gonna say might. I am gonna get that pink powder because everybody's been also talking about that pink powder from One Size. But right now, this is my go-to, my number one, my ace boon coon. You can't tell me nothing about this powder from Huda Beauty. I know I'm gonna need to get me another one because it looked like I ain't got too much more left to go. But I travel everywhere with this setting powder. Everywhere with this setting powder. There we go. This is a deep banana shade that she calls Kunufa, and I absolutely love this setting powder. I still bake, but I'm getting ready to change my routine because everybody's been pressing it in. I just have not been a fan of pressing the setting powder in because I felt like I was caked up and then some. But I am going to go ahead and start pressing it back in since that's the thing now. We gonna see how that work out with pressing it back in. All right, I'm gonna take this end of the brush and I'm just gonna sweep it off. I don't keep this on for very, very long. I do sweep it back off my face, and I am learning to like kind of look up to set my powder so I don't have creasing. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Yeah, because you ain't gonna tell me nothing about this setting powder. You ain't gonna tell me nothing about the setting powder. This is my go-to setting powder, my everything setting powder. I absolutely love this setting powder. You can't tell me what to do with this setting powder. I absolutely love this setting powder. I'm going to set my face again with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch. This is the pressed powder, and this is in the shade Cinnamon Bun. Now, I don't have the loose powder of Cinnamon Bun, but I do have the pressed powder of Cinnamon Bun, and I use the Living Daylights out of it. I'm not going to even show you what it looked like because it, baby, I be using this setting powder from Huda Beauty. If I hit pan and I run out, I'm going to get me another one. And what I do is I just take it's more of my shade, and I just press in the powder to set the remaining of my face. Now, this is why I say with that cream blush, you're going to want a powder blush. I'm starting to see the blush is disappearing. So if you want to re-emphasize that cream blush, you need a powder blush on top. I'm just not gonna have the time to do all that powder blush stuff, and I don't think I have a powder blush from Huda anyway, so this is gonna be just fine. I'm also taking that powder and setting that concealer, because I already set the concealer with Kunufa when I took that powder and put it on my eyes. So I'm just setting the rest of my face with this pressed powder. I love, you don't have this, or if you don't have any of these setting powder, what you waiting on? Because baby, bear, love it. Absolutely love it. All right, next is eyeshadow. All right. We're going to have a talk, just like I did with this cream blush that y'all loving. This eyeshadow palette. Now look at here, look at here, look at here. I have so many eyeshadow palettes from Huda Beauty. I have her Naughty palette. I have all of those smaller eyeshadow palettes. I have the blue one. I got the amethyst palette. I've got the brown sugar. Yeah, I got the brown sugar. I got all these palettes. I got that other big palette where you can do a lot of smoky looks. I have that palette as well. I think this was the first eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty. I was skeptical. I was very skeptical about this palette because all of y'all have been talking about this palette, and I was like, I don't know about this palette. For the simple fact, I didn't think this was a palette for me. But I went ahead and got it anyway. I am talking about the Huda Beauty Icy Nude Eyeshadow Palette. All right. Hear me out. Hear me out. The reason why I was so skeptical about this palette, if you haven't seen the tones, here is what the palette looks like. Now I'm gonna ask you this question. You tell me what shades I can wear. Other than these three up here is about all I could wear. Maybe a shimmer. So I wore the palette already. I've already worn this palette twice. The lighter shades are really not for me. They're not for me. The darker shades are more for me. Okay? Which I can understand why they call it icy nudes. I can understand that with some of the mattes in here, and of course you got a lot of these pressed glitters in here, which is what she's known for, these pressed glitters and the shimmers and so forth, which is why I can understand it's called icy nude. I got to stay within these little dark shades. No, I gotta stay in these little dark shades. But for this look, I am going to do the same look I did before, which is an all matte eyeshadow look. That's what I am going to do today. I am going to continue to play with this palette, even though you can't really play with it too much because this palette is a limited edition palette. I really like her that Naughty palette. I really do like that Naughty palette because that's basically a shade in there for me that I can wear. The other palette yet, I cannot think of the name of that palette. That's got a shade for me that I can wear. A lot of her smaller palettes has got a lot of shades for me that I can wear. This man here, this right here. Now I can wear these three. And what I'm wearing. That's what I'm wearing. Which is probably why you did not see a lot of women my color getting this palette. Because it's really, we're limited to the shades that we can wear. And then I didn't really see a bunch of pigment with this palette as well. So I am going to go in on my crease. I am going to go in with this shade right here. I'm going to put that on my crease. Okay. I am going to have to build this color up. As you can see, I'm going to build it up. I'm used to a punch with her palettes. I'm used to a punch with this palette. This is more of a subtle palette. It's very subtle. I'm building the color up. I'm building it up. This is what I have. I'm taking off some excess. And I'm going to put it on my other eye. And as you can see, it's subtle. It gives you some pigment. But this is like subtle pigment. Someone that's lighter than me is going to get a lot of use out of this palette. I won't be getting too much going on with this palette. Do I see myself wearing this palette a lot or picking up this palette a lot? No, not the way I pick up her other palettes. Again, like her Naughty palette, like her smaller palettes. Not the way I pick up those palettes. This is basically not going to be a palette I'm going to pick up a whole lot. But we'll see. We'll see. And because this is also limited edition, if I don't wear this palette or I don't pick up this palette anymore, look for it on my Poshmark. More than likely, that's where it's going to end up, is on my Poshmark. All right, for my lid, we are going to keep it matte. We're going to keep this an all matte look. I hope I don't regret this decision on this shade I'm about to do. I probably am going to regret this decision. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and put this shade on here. This is going to be my first time putting this shade on. I'm going to put that on my lid. Because again, I'm going for an all matte look. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to pat it in. Yeah. All right, this is not too bad. And all I'm going to do is I'm just taking it. I'm just patting it in. But I'm trying to be careful of how much of this shade I put, because I don't want to look like I'm ashy, and my eye will look like it's ashy, because I'm not trying to go for no ashy look. So I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to pat it in. Okay. I'm going to pat this in. I'm not going to do too much more because, again, I don't want my ass. I don't want my eyes looking ashy. What? Okay, anyway. I don't want my eyes looking ashy. Right now, I got it okay. I think this will really work with this combo, this all matte look with a black liner. I don't have a liner from a black liner from Huda Beauty. I do have eyeliner. It's from another brand. And I do have my favorite high-end eyeliner that I need to replace. I had to throw it away with all the eye issues I was having, and I didn't want to do any cross-contamination. And that is from KVD Vegan Beauty. That eyeliner, I love that eyeliner from KVD Vegan Beauty. For its high-end, that's my favorite. Drugstore, it's LA Girl. That's my favorite one. It's from LA Girl. But if I had an eyeliner, black liner, this will work. This will bring this look together. Now I'm going to take my brush that I used in my crease. I'm not adding any additional product, and I am going to go back in and I'm going to combine the two shades together so it can look a little more put together, a little like more ombre. I don't know, I've been into more matte looks lately if I do any eyeshadow. There we go. So that's what we're going to go with today. I'm not going to put anything on my bottom lash line. This eyeshadow palette, I don't know about this. I don't know. I mean, this look right now looks pretty good. It does look pretty good. I am going to put it in my maybe stack just so I can play with it a little bit more. But I am going to put that in my maybe stack. For setting spray, now look. I'm going to need her to come out with a setting spray with no scent at all. The first setting spray I tried out on my original channel several years ago. Baby, choked the daylights out of me because it was so full of scent and it ate my skin alive. I had to immediately trash that. I could not wear it anymore. Could not wear it anymore. Which was why I got scared of the one size setting spray with all that scent to it. That don't tear up my skin, but it's got a lot of scent in it. But not the way that Huda Beauty one. It was in the black can. If you're familiar with that setting spray in the black can. Then when I was getting an Ipsy subscription, I got this setting spray from Huda Beauty. I think this is the Hydrating spray. Yeah, this is the Glow Cocoa Hydrating Setting Mist, the hydrating mist. This has scent in it. I don't even know if she even still offers this setting spray. I don't know if she still does. This has scent in it. Not like that black one can. I can deal with this a little bit more. Now, I don't wear it a lot because, again, the scent is overpowering, but it doesn't tear up my skin the way that black can did. That black one hold my skin alive. This one does not. This one does not tear up my skin. This does give you more of a hydrated look if you want to like refresh your makeup. It does set and it gives this glow. So that is why I have kept this, because I have worn it. Now, once it's gone, it's gone. It's gone. I'm going to need her to come up with a scent-free setting spray. I'm going to need to be with no scent in it right now, okay? No scent. I tolerate this because, again, it does not eat up my skin. And if I'm not mistaken, the one in the black can like this was a little more potent. And the spray on here, the mister, it was like in your face. It was very in your face. This is not. This is more of a mist. Now, again, it does have the scent, but it does not tear up my skin, and it's not in your face sprayer. I don't have a mascara from Huda Beauty, and I don't think I've ever had a mascara from Huda Beauty. But now we're gonna move on to the lips. Y'all have been talking about these lips. Y'all been talking about this. Y'all been talking about this. Y'all been talking about this. And I understand why y'all been talking about this. Because I like this too. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filler. This is the lip gloss. Baby. Ooh. Ooh, this is so good. She just came up with that pink one. Not sure if I'm going to get that pink. And it's supposed to be, you know, not giving any color or anything like that. We're going to see. I might get it. I don't know. I'm on the fence with it. I'm on the fence. I know that pink blush that's like, that pink one is like this. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that because my cheeks will look ashy. But this, and I got this color. I don't know the shade. I do not know the shade. But this is the dark brown one. The dark one. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Y'all gonna see why. Y'all gonna see why. Or if you want to put a little liner, you can do that too if you got one of the little lighter one. This one is perfect, but I don't need no liner. This is the Dofa. This is what the applicator looks like. It look good. Make your lips look juicy too. Yes, ma'am. Look. Y'all can't tell me nothing about this. You keep playing with me. This is going to be one of my travel glosses too. I have my travel glosses. I do have my travel glosses. And I may bring my travel makeup look, travel products, and do it for both channels. I may do that. Because when I travel, I have my staple makeup. I have the staples that I absolutely love. I absolutely love the staples. But this right here, yes, ma'am. This is definitely a favorite from 2024 that I have not brought into 2025. That is how long I've had it. And I absolutely love it. 100% love this. If you have not picked this up, what you waiting on? What you waiting on? Go pick you up one of these. This is very, very, very good. So that is it with my Best of Makeup 2024 featuring Huda Beauty. Again, the only thing that I'm like with that will go in my maybe stack will be the Icy Nude eyeshadow palette along with the blush. I know a lot of y'all like this blush. I'm just gonna have to play with both of these a little bit more. I believe they're still offering this palette on Sephora. You can go either at Sephora or go on their website. I ordered it from the website. And same with this. I also ordered this on the website. Everything else, definitely 100% love. But again, I know a lot of y'all did not like both the primer and the foundation together. I do. I really do like the primer and foundation together. I really, really, really do. And I have used this primer quite a bit, and I'm now kind of feeling through it. I'm like, using this quite a bit, y'all. And this foundation I absolutely love. Again, I got the same shade. I stay pretty safe when they update foundations and so forth. I stay pretty safe in my zone. So again, the shade I have been in the original with the scent of the liquid foundation was Chocolate Mousse. I got Chocolate Mousse in the stick foundation, so I got the same thing. I got Chocolate Mousse again, and it works out just fine for my skin because I know my shades. But this lip, the eyes is working with the lip. The eyes and the lip are working together. Okay, we got that. So that is it. Again, I've been rambling too much because I have not recorded a video in so long. But that is it with my best of makeup 2024 featuring Huda Beauty. I hope you like this. I have my next brands that initially I did say they were going to be drugstore, but instead I went with high end. I'm telling you now, the next two are definitely drugstore. I'm looking at both brands right here. I have a little stack of makeup I have right here. I'm looking at both brands right here. And when I say true drugstore makeup, it is true drugstore makeup you find at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, definitely Target. You're gonna find it there too. But most of my stuff either came from either their website or Ulta on the drugstore side. And one of these items was in a vlog. And y'all saw me pick it up in a vlog. But I'll tell you about it later. So with that being said, this is Venetia Alexander Marshall. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.